I read in the paper a few weeks ago, and this son's mother, who, this mother and her son lives in a CRU, and she worked there between 1995 and 2000. Now, what I've heard a few weeks ago that she said people who were living at the house at the time, they were being mistreated and all that sort of stuff, and like, you know, being kicked and hit and spat on and all that, you know. But why do we need CRUs for? You know,
what's a CRU?
Community residential unit.
Oh yeah.
And you know, really, I mean, people can live their own lives and all that sort of stuff. And I mean, our days, my sister works in the CRU.
Oh, right.
Well, back to what I was saying, right? Why? I mean, I reckon it's time, you know, maybe in a 10 years, I reckon the government or something like that, they should phase out CRUs and let the people with disabilities like me live their own lives. Because I mean,
do the CRUs come around and sort of check up on you? Do they? Is that their role?
Yeah. I mean, but people, as I was saying, people can live their own lives and all that sort of stuff. I mean, how come do we all hear about this? How come people are more worried about violence in the city and all that sort of stuff when they should be focusing on the real picture, like, you know? I mean, people with disabilities, like, you know, with Down syndrome, autism and all that sort of stuff. People who are deaf, they should be more focusing on that than focusing on the violence, and they're more worried about violence in the city and you know, the focus of more police around. I mean, what's really the point? I mean, people should be worrying about other issues as well, and not just the city all the time, you know. It is time people should live their own lives. I mean, look. I mean, let's face it. Why do we need CRUs? It's not really worth it. People have got a right to live their own lives. People shouldn't be lived in a cage 24/7. They should be allowed to go out on their own and live their own lives and all that sort of stuff.
Can these CRUs stop you from going out on the weekend or something like that? Can they tell you to be home like at a curfew or something?
Yeah, well, I've got a house two doors down from my joint, and I mean, really, I mean, I see people, okay, and I see guys who live in the CRU, and they go off the carers like nearly every day. I see it and all that sort of stuff. But why do they need carers and all that sort of stuff when they can take care of themselves? Now, I mean, people that are in the wheelchairs and that sort of stuff, they're the ones who really need help. But people who can walk, people who can talk and all that, you know, I mean, they've got the right to live their own lives. I mean, people should be allowed to live their own lives and not live in a CRU.
Education and things like that. So
but I think he's saying how they interfere too much in people's daily, in people's freedom, sort of, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, guys. I mean, really, people. I mean, people out there, okay. People. I mean, who are more worried about violence in the city and all that sort of stuff. They should stop worrying about that sort of stuff and focus on real issues, like a lot. As I was saying, like what's going on with Africa and all that sort of stuff. I mean, like people in poor countries and all that, you know, and also people living in CRUs they were getting beaten up. Okay. I mean, people getting hit in a CRU. Why do we need that sort of stuff for? I mean, it's not worth it, really. People, staff who hit residents in the CRU, they should be charged with the full extent of the law and all that, you know.
But do you think they get away with it because they claim the victim is disabled? Is that how they
get away with it? Really, I mean, and it's time people, you know, out there They should stop worrying about violence in the city and all that sort of stuff and focus on real issues. Really. Show some compassion.